Hi everyone, this is my Modern Theorist presentation on Benjamin Bloom by Taylor Rannum. A little bit about his life and family. Benjamin Bloom was born in 1913 in Lansford, Pennsylvania. As a child, he was an avid reader and superior student and researcher. Bloom was also a husband and a father. He and his wife had 2 sons. As far as his educational experiences, he attended Pennsylvania State University, where he earned his undergraduate and master's degree. After that, he received his doctorate in education from the University of Chicago. Bloom began his career in education as a staff member in the Office of the Board of Examiners. During this time, he studied the relationship between teaching methods, academic performance, and the best way to measure that performance. As an examiner, he was responsible for creating assessments for college courses, which would ultimately inspire him to create his taxonomy. While earning his doctorate in education at Stanford University, he began focusing on the process of learning, which led him to develop his theory on mastery learning. So, Bloom's most notable work was developing a classification system with the goal of creating a reliable way of assessing student performance. Through his work, Taxonomy of Educational Objectives, Handbook 1, The Cognitive Domain, Bloom organized cognitive functions, or how we learn information, into 6 levels, each one more complex than the other. A brief summary of the 6 levels of cognitive functions. The base level is knowledge, which pertains to the learning of basic information like facts and definitions, followed by comprehension, which is understanding information at the basic level and being able to compare, contrast, and classify information. Next is application, which is utilizing information and concepts in a new setting. Next is analysis, which is being able to process and discuss ideas or concepts, which is followed by synthesis, which is to construct or design new ideas or concepts out of previously analyzed information. Finally, the last step is evaluation, which is a crucial component of critical thinking. It calls for assessing, critiquing, and estimating information. Another major contribution to education was Bloom's theory of mastery learning. Mastery learning was developed as a way for teachers to provide higher quality and more appropriate instruction for their students. Mastery learning assumes that all children have the potential to reach the same academic achievement as long as they are provided with the appropriate learning conditions and high-quality instruction. Bloom determined that quality instruction consists of 4 elements: cues, participation, reinforcement, and feedback and correctives. Utilizing these elements, along with recognizing the individual needs of each student, students have the potential to be successful in any subject. So, historical precedents. Bloom's taxonomy was greatly influenced by his mentor, Ralph W. Tyler. Bloom and Tyler worked together in the examiner's office at the University of Chicago, and it was during this time that they pondered the idea of creating a tool to aid examiners in evaluating students. Bloom's theory of mastery learning, which was originated by the Greeks, was heavily influenced by Harvard University professor John B. Carroll. Specifically, Carroll set forth new guidelines of research into the concept of aptitude and identified the specific factors that influence learning in school settings. Implications in the 21st century classroom. Bloom's contributions to the 21st century classrooms are great. He created the MESA, Measurement, Evaluation, and Statistical Analysis program for the University of Chicago. He helped create the International Association for the Evaluation of Education and Achievement, IEA, and he held a seminar for advanced training and curriculum development. Bloom's theory of mastery learning has been implemented in educational programs and curriculums internationally and at every grade level. As a future educator, it will be important to incorporate Bloom's elements of classroom instruction and evaluation when designing lesson plans. With the use of Bloom's theory of mastery learning, high standards among students and educators are possible. In addition, mastery learning has resulted in better attendance rates, participation, and a more positive view of education. So, Bloom's achievements are not without faults. His taxonomy was developed for use at the college level, but is most commonly used in the K-12 classrooms. This can result in too much emphasis being placed on the top levels without first mastering the lower levels first. Some scholars have criticized the hierarchy of levels in Bloom's taxonomy. They realize the first three levels, knowledge, comprehension, and application, are ordered low to high. But they believe the top three levels, analysis, synthesis, and evaluation, should be parallel. Finally, a revised version of Bloom's taxonomy has moved the synthesis level to the top of the hierarchy, moving evaluation to the second highest position. All right, and here are my list of references that I used to gather all of this information. Thank you.